sometimes the devil can just try to puncture that your happiness, what's your goal in life. And I put my hand up, and in my mind I had a touching answer. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Benny, and if you're new, thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't make it your last. Let's grow this community together. So as you can see by the title already, today I'm going to share with you guys 5 truths, my truths, 5 things I believe about happiness, about adult happiness. And if you are interested in seeing this, please keep watching the video. So the first thing I wanted to share with you guys regarding this topic is healthy expectations are the foundation for true happiness. Happiness as you're going to know it as you go through this adulting journey. I'm telling you, like, if you go through life expecting people to understand you, expecting people to do things for you, expecting people to reciprocate your love, your kindness, your all of that, you're going to end up very unhappy. Why? This is because, like, to be honest, as you grow older, you're going to meet more and more people that come from like different walks of life and different experiences, different backgrounds, so many things that have shaped them into like the people that they've become, the people that you're now seeing or meeting. So they're not always going to see life from your lens. They're not always going to view things the way you do. They're not always going to understand things the way you do. So you have to keep a very healthy expectation threshold from people. It's the only way you're not going to get like disappointed all the time. And let me tell you, disappointment is the number one thing that kills your happiness. So they're not always going to understand you, they're not always going to accept you, they're not always going to be able to meet your needs, they're not always going to be able to like give back what you give them. And it's not a bad thing. Like, sometimes people are just different from you. Sometimes people are just bad people. It's not your fault, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but basically you have to have healthy expectations from people. If you don't want your hopes dashed, if you don't want to be disappointed upon disappointed, you need to maintain healthy expectations from people, from situations, from your job. If you haven't seen this cartoon called Soul, I think you should check it out. I feel like one of the underlying messages in that cartoon is healthy expectations, because it was about this guy and his dreams and what he wanted to achieve, and then when he finally did, he thought he was going to be like over the moon, but then it was just a regular feeling at the end of the day. So keep your expectations healthy, because disappointments choke. So the second thing I wanted to say regarding happiness in adulthood is, listen, happiness has so many different forms, and you need to learn to just embrace them all. Like, I know, when you're developing as a young person, you're always going to have like an idea of what your happy place is going to look like, or when you get to a certain point, then this is when you're going to feel like you're happy. Adulthood is going to tell you that no, sometimes you're just going to have to be happy with less than what you've always wanted. The source of your happiness is going to change from time to time. Happiness can look like getting your degree, it can look like getting married, it can look like getting a divorce. Your happiness doesn't have to look like the next person's happiness. Happiness doesn't have to be defined by a standard. Happiness is going to have so many different forms, and you shouldn't neglect any of them because they don't look like the conventional standard of happiness. Embrace them, all of them, as they come. None is smaller than the other, because believe me, there are days that you pray for those small joys. So the third thing I wanted to say about happiness in adulthood is that, listen, if you have to look at the downs of other people in order to like pump yourself up, to make yourself feel better, to feel like you're happy, you might need to check on that. Like, it's probably a sign that you're actually very sad, you're very discontent with your life, you're not okay with where you are. You might want to check on that. I'll give you an example by saying, but at least some people don't even have this one, some people don't even have that one. And then when you gather all these some things that people don't have, you now gather it together, and then you'll be like, oh, I'm better than these people at least. That's, man, that's bad. Like, if you have to dwell on other people's failures just so that you feel better about yourself or your situation, then it says it's a big sign that you're not happy. You're actually not happy, and people can tell. Like, from what you're saying, people can tell. If you maybe you thought that you were hiding it in a kind of way, or people can tell. So please don't benchmark your happiness on other people's failures or what other people are lacking. It's a very bad sign. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to say about happiness in adulthood, yeah, is, first of all, I'll start by saying I think there's a misconception that happiness is an end goal. So you ask people, oh, what's your dream in life, what's your goal in life, and then they say, I want to be happy, I just want to be happy. And where I discovered this was, I once attended this conference about habits of highly productive people or highly efficient people. Now, this was quite a while back, and I had the same mindset back then. And then one of the questions that they asked was, what's your goal in life? And I put my hand up, and in my mind I had a touching answer. I was about to bust their heads, and I was like, my goal in life is to just be happy, to be happy with my job, to be happy with my family, to be happy with my in my physical health and stuff like that. And the instructor then corrected me, and that was when I began to realize that, oh shit, and she told me she understands my point, and what she kind of gets from what I'm trying to say is that I'm someone that tries to attain balance in whatever I'm doing. But happiness at the end of the day is not a goal. It's a byproduct of actually trying to achieve your goals, or it's a byproduct of actually doing life the right way. Now, nobody's going to define for you what doing life the right way is. Nobody's going to define for you what your aspirations in life are going to be. At the end of the day, are you headed there? That's the question. And happiness is something that's going to flow from this process. It's not, if you make happiness to go there, it's going to be a while before you're happy. Like, you're literally going to skip on so many parts of your life that could have actually brought you fulfillment and happiness, just because you claim to be chasing happiness. So what I really mean by saying this is that happiness is not a goal. It's a byproduct of the choices you make every day and how they feed into this grand plan that you have for yourself. So the final thing I wanted to say about happiness in adulthood, yeah, is, I'm sure you're well familiar with the fact that happiness, is in phases. Like, it comes and it goes. There are times when you're really happy, you're excited, things are going well, and then there are times when it's not just happening, and that's a normal part of adulthood. Like, I'm pretty sure you are very conversant with this, ups and downs. So what I wanted to say is that even in your happy moments, yeah, every day is not necessarily going to be happy. It doesn't mean you're sad or something is wrong. It's just sometimes the devil can just try to puncture that your happiness. It happens. Your outlook in life is then going to determine how you handle the situation. So are you going to now dwell on that one little thing that tried to puncture your happiness, or are you going to consider the fact that, oh, things have been going pretty well recently, so this is just one of those hitches on the way, and I'll be back on my feet in no time. I think a healthy mindset about happiness and your expectations about happiness will go a long way in helping you preserve your happiness as an adult. Listen, yeah, especially right now, I don't even know what is happening in the world, but it's a lot, and I'm sure you can attest to that. So protecting your happiness is very important, and I feel like 50% of this work, if not more, comes from within. It comes from your outlook on life, it comes from how you view things, it comes from your mindset. So are you going to dwell on those little things that want to steal your joy, even in your happy moments, or are you going to just accept that that's part of being an adult and brave through it? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it informative and helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Also follow me on my other social media. Everything is going to be linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video.